Hi, I received a question yesterday about the new model brass sample library, asking what facilities are there within the instruments to shape or sculpt the start of the notes. And there's basically two controls. There's the dynamics controller, which is a CC, so your mod wheel or expression pedal, and there's velocity, how hard you press the key. You can also, if you wanted, use the volume controls for the individual mic positions to add some kind of volume curve as well, but they're not really designed for that as such. They're more a kind of master volume level control. But you can automate them by right-clicking and selecting Learn MIDI CC and then moving a fader. So I'm going to move the mod wheel here, and that moves the channel control. It also moves the vibrato depth because I have that assigned to mod wheel already. And we'll just reset that. So first of all, I'm going to demonstrate the velocity control. And I'm actually going to do this in a very kind of empirical way because built into the instruments we've put in a little debugging script which was for our own use, but it shows the exact volume that's been triggered. We can control that, so that'll be a good way to demonstrate this. So in the back end view of Kontakt, I'm just going to go to this debug menu here, this debug script slot, and I'm just going to unbypass that, and we have this control which allows us to set the volume, the velocity exactly where we want it. And if we open the mapping editor, those of you who are familiar with Kontakt will understand what's going on here, but I'm just going to play a note, and when this velocity control is set to 0, that means it's essentially off, so I can play any velocity. And what you're going to see in this window is a little red line up here that indicates the velocity of the played note. So that's just showing which velocity I'm playing at. Now when I move this control, if I set this up to about 50, you're going to see two red lines appear. One is the red line I'm playing and the other one is the one being set by this control. So the higher one there is the 50. And when I play harder on the keyboard, it's the lower one. So just to give you an idea what's going on, so we're going to start at the top, and I'm just going to bring the velocity level down, and you'll be able to hear the difference in the attack of the notes. I'll do this all on middle C. So when we get down to these really low velocities, below about 15, we've actually put in there a little kind of push or volume ramp, so you can get a almost like a little fade in into the note. Without having to do any CC control there, you just automatically get that when you play a low velocity. And that's the same for all the brass instruments. So that's the velocity control. And then now we'll go back to the main view and have a look at the dynamics controller. So for dynamics, we've got this this slider here, and currently that's controlled by my expression pedal. And if I just hold down middle C, and we'll go from maximum again to minimum, and I'm just going to play a sort of medium velocity, somewhere around 50 to 60. So that's the dynamics control. So you've got velocity and dynamics, and you can combine them to do a really soft attack. But it's really quick because I'm bringing the dynamics up quickly. If we want a really slow and soft attack, we can bring the dynamics up slowly and also use less velocity. Now the velocity works differently when you're playing legato, but the dynamics works the same, because when we're playing a legato transition, we don't have a fresh attack on the note. So it's going to just affect how the transition sounds rather than give you a different attack. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope that's been informative and given you a better idea of how the dynamics can be controlled in this instrument and how you can shape the initial sound and attack of the samples.